when the debt service on the borrowings, it all comes from fees and charges from our customers. We don't get any tax money, no sales tax money, no property tax money, no gas tax money.
Tony, I think where there could be some
no bed tax money.
The surtax will fund some sewer, but there's storm sewer and sanitary sewer. And we're sanitary sewer. It will not fund sanitary sewer, wastewater projects, but it will fund storm sewer, like drainage projects.
Stormwater
so
stuff, which is a gigantic need, and those guys are really in bad shape with aging infrastructure, because there just isn't enough money that comes into the general fund for them to be able to even keep up with the failures, let alone get proactive and try to get ahead of it.
How many miles of clay pipes are there, roughly?
Over 40.
Over 40 miles?
Mm-hmm. And some of it has already been lined. We can go back to it and go from manhole to manhole and do what's called cured in place pipe, CIPP. And it's like installing an underground liner that bonds to the inside of the pipe. So when you're done with it, it's also called a sock liner. It's like putting in a long white sock and blowing it up and it bonds, and when you're done it looks like a new pipe on the inside. The vitrified clay pipe has a joint every 4 feet. So on the pipe, like from the 60s that Jeff was talking about, every 4 feet, as decades have gone by, the joint is not as intact as what it used to be. So roots can come in, groundwater comes in, and that can inundate the system. It can be infiltration and exfiltration. Infiltration is when the groundwater goes into the sewer system, and exfiltration can be when the sewer in the line can come out, can leach out of the line into the groundwater. And so these lining projects are a great thing to do, and we've got miles ahead, and we've got money programmed in our CIP budget.
Try to keep them reasonable. We try to keep rate increases to a minimum, but we steadily raise them a little bit in these 5-year rate plans, and it gives us the funds we need so that we can be proactive, because this station probably cost over $1 million. All
the wells that Jeff is talking about in the upper Florida aquifer, those have motors on top of the casing and pumps in the ground. They suck out of the aquifer and then pump it out into the distribution system to the piping network. We've got and we have about 20 wells throughout our county, and every utility company in our county has wells also in the same aquifer. And so it goes out to the system. The tanks, the purpose of the tanks is to give the pressure to the system. And so that's how customers get their flow from the wells and their pressure from the tanks.
And it's a different kind of a system. A lot of water utilities in the United States and in the world, they have a water supply that's a river or a lake or a reservoir, and they take water out of that source, and they have a big surface water treatment plant, and they treat it, and then it goes into the system from the plant. Ours is a distributed system where each well is considered by regulation as a water treatment plant. So each one of our wells is a water treatment plant, and like I said, the water quality is so high, all we really do to treat it is put chlorine in it. Mm-hmm. But technically each one of our wells is a water treatment plant, so we don't have a central plant. We have
20 mini plants, basically.
Yeah, 20.
A manhole, this is the outside of the manhole, so the ground's here. Top of a manhole, it goes up to the lid. This is the inside of the manhole where the sewer is, and this used to be 4 inches thick. And over time, the hydrogen sulfide gases have eroded, they eat away at that concrete and it falls in, and you can see how coarse that is, of all of the cement is chipped away and everything. And this whole entire manhole caved in. The straw finally broke the camel's back. In this case, I saved this chunk from the manhole that caved in, and so we had to, in an emergency one night, in the middle of the night in a storm, had to go rebuild a manhole.